your support. I'd also like to thank all the fans who consider themselves an FOF, friend of free. And frankly, it has been a dream come true. But like most dreams, the reality is very, very different from what I imagined. About this period and the time I spent in the NBA, I can honestly say that nothing has been more gratifying and more difficult than choosing where to play next year. I sought the wise counsel of my loved ones. Nothing puts me at ease more than knowing that regardless of my decision, you guys will be there for me no matter what. Now, there are so many wonderful teams in the league, each filled with stellar talent and all vying to be number one. For me, there's nothing more important than winning and surrounding myself with those who feel just as passionately about the game as I do and have an unrelenting desire to win a championship ring. That's what matters most to me. It is for this reason, above all, I've decided to go to the Denver Nuggets.
Talent they have on that team, they're going to championship this year.
You think so? And you know what that means?
I'm gonna get ching. I love it.
I know.
Yes, my man. All right, son. Congratulations.
Sis, all started here.
Yep, right here in the dome.
Yeah, when I was all about
season. Now that your career is progressing and your brand is growing, you will be challenged with managing increasing demands off the court. In between games, you'll have decisions to make on how to spend your off days. Will you refine your skill on the court and work on increasing your attributes in live practices? Do you want to earn fame and extra money by partnering with global brands? Or would you rather establish personal connections with some of the game's most influential personalities, which bring with them a variety of rewards? The choice is yours.
Plays of the season and give you BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on the finals. Vote on your most laughable play of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? some behind-the-scenes bloopers. Update you on road to the finals, vote on your most laughable plays of the season, and give you a chance to earn VC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals, vote on your most laughable plays of the season, and give you a chance to earn VC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. And coming right up, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, I'm sure starting the season at home would be their preference because these fans are not going to make it easy on them tonight. But their focus is still going to be on walking out of that building 1-0. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of last year. So this is a continuation. But whatever happened last year to some of those teams who didn't reach their goals, they just can wash it out and start. But there are certain teams saying, yes, we are who we were last year, and watch who we are this year.
You want to come out the gate strong. Ernie, I think we're in for an exciting year. And it was a pleasure seeing you in San Tropez on our vacation.
Yes.
That's a nice aqua machine you got.
It was very surprising to see you there, big fella, too.
I was
not
memorable. Invited.
How'd you like my bathing suit, Ernie?
Well, let's get it to Kevin Harlan.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Denver Nuggets get ready to battle. Here, matched up against San Antonio, is how they'll tip off the new season. Well, guys, they got swept in last year's series, and you know that's the first and foremost thing in their minds as they look to turn the tables this time around.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game one tonight. Yeah, very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Tip-off goes to Denver. Toon swap here on the floor. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. DL comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Parker. On the floor for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. West out there with Boris Diaw. And it's Mills in at the point. Here's Mills. The Nuggets getting the bucket. And Leonard has it in the corner. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Now here's West. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Clock at 6. Pick by West. And here's Mills for 3. The shot misses. Nice D from Freak. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Well, a bit of a tragic note for Freak. He'll be playing this season after the loss of a longtime friend over the summer break.
Yeah, that's hard to hear, and certainly going to be difficult for him to work through that. Going to be on his mind all year. Never easy to go on about business as usual when you have that kind of heartache and loss.
And the shot is good. Now it's a 7-point Denver lead.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Unloads from 13. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got his first points in this one. The Nuggets leading by 5. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, earlier I had a chance to speak with Greg Popovich. He's very confident in their ability to win the battle in the low post. So that's where he'd like to see most of the action take place. I think we can expect them to pound the ball into the paint and let their big men go to work. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. The shot, no good. West with some nice D. Leonard attacking. He trains the quick shot. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Now here's Arthur. And it's Laverne missing.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
West a screen on Harris. Got a piece of it. Leonard, that's for 2. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Laverne, it's rebounded by West.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fellow when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Diaw on the mark with the 15-footer. Diaw's got his first points of the night.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Dropping for him early on.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. And so he hits both. 1:35 left in the first quarter. Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Here's Harris. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Harris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, let's look back to last year's Nuggets while we've got a moment here, Kevin. 2nd in rebounding, 8th in steals, and they were in the upper half of the league in points in transition. This was a team that understood how to get out in transition and convert playing fast break basketball.
Yeah, and going back to their rebounding, very few teams could outmuscle them inside. The size and toughness to scrap for every carom off the backcourt.
And that one's good. Freak. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The 3 from Mills, and the shot is good. Mills has got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Chandler kicks to Freak. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Nuggets lead by 4. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Mills. Arthur grabs the board. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Chandler against West. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Chandler. And it's a 6-point Nugget lead.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Mills. He's got 5. No luck. Harris outside. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. The Nuggets on top, leading. We sat down with Freak to discuss how he's handling the loss of his close friend. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Freak Clark and his family.
Without question, road to navigate the loss of a loved one or a close friend. And sometimes, even though it's difficult with that kind of weight on your heart, the focus you have to give to the game can sometimes be a source of solitude because you really can't be thinking about anything else when you get between those lines. And sometimes that can be helpful in the process of moving forward.
Well said. Your perspective is always appreciated.
Appreciate that, Kevin.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Freak is out there with Will Barton.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Now, Freak, after LaMarcus Aldridge's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Barton. A beautiful reverse layup. Barton's got his first bucket in this one.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Duncan misses. The Nuggets leading by 8. Dishes to Freak. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Fareed outside to the wing right side. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Freak. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Barton, no luck. Spurs trail by 8. Here's Parker. And Fareed sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head.
That'll do it for the first half. Nuggets lead by 14. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly for Moutier. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. On the floor for San Antonio, Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Duncan, and it's Parker in at the point.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Freak passes to Jokic. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Ginobili. Spurs trail by 20. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. And that's 11 points for Ginobili.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push him, and then excellent execution.
Good on the shot. 10 points for Freak. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard.
Kyle Anderson.
Ginobili kicks to Parker. Rebound by the Nuggets. Now here's Freak. 10 points for him. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Ginobili outside from past the arc. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
To the wing on the left. Here's Barton. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Barton. Spurs trail by 21. And Anderson has it in the corner. Duncan with the screen on Gallinari. Kicks it out to Ginobili. Down low. 6 on the shot clock. Parker's shot is off.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. That'll put Gallinari at the line. Tim Duncan picks one up, and a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. Well, what a smart pass that time by Alden.
Your Nuggets dancers!
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Freak, 3rd.
Well, I tell you what, this guy probably did not want the season to come to an end the way he was shooting the ball. He wanted to keep going.
Over to the left wing. And Gallinari kicks to Freak. To the right side. Ginobili with the steal. Now here's Parker. D right on him. And stolen by Freak. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Ahead. Here's Fareed. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Fareed's got 11.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
That drops.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
Here's Freak. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, some really terrific numbers for Freak. 12 points, and he's stolen the ball 4 times. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today.
First one falls for him. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Denver. San Antonio also making some changes. West comes in for Duncan, and it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And both free throws good from Freak. And here is Parker. 9 points in the game so far. Elbow shot. The shot is off. Some solid D from Freak.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Laverne comes in for Kenneth Fareed. And Harris subbed in for Barton. Parker kicks to Green. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Ahead. Tries to save it. West with the ball. Parker kicks to Green. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Gary Harris. And when you talk about all-time career numbers, there is one name in NBA history that shows up time and time again. Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Stilt, with 23,924 rebounds. His name synonymous with greatness on the basketball court.
And, guys, I don't think there will ever be another player that will dominate their position like Wilt Chamberlain did. And it's those rebounding numbers that paint the picture the most clearly. I mean, Wilt averaged almost 23 rebounds a game. Not just over a season, folks, over the course of his entire career. 11 rebounding titles, and his career total just shy of 24,000. I mean, nobody in the modern era has even come close to that. And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
That's his first personal foul.
The Spurs have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Freak dishes to Arthur. Soft touch off the glass.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Mills passes to Diaw. San Antonio again missing. Denver's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. San Antonio's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game. Looking at the game Diaw has been having, he has 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Timeout Spurs.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The shot by Chandler wide open. That doesn't go either for Chandler.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Tipped away. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. Good on the shot. Mills has got 11 points.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
The Nuggets have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line. No good on that one. And the Nuggets making a change here. Udier's
substitution on the court.
Spurs trail by 18. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Will Barton is out there with Freak. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Gallinari against Leonard. Inside, Aldridge. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his third personal foul.
That free throw good from Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge, 2 shots.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Freak passes to Jokic. Gallinari against Parker. Freak kicks to Gallinari. Count the bucket. And the Nuggets lead by 18.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Now Parker. Outside Aldridge with the shot. And it's good on the assist by Parker. 6 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Here's Freak. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Here's Ginobili. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Aldridge a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Ginobili kicks to Parker. Can't hit. Now Denver takes it the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
Here's Barton. He's covered by Ginobili. Barton in the corner. Baseline J on the way. They get it back. The shot's good from Fareed.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Parker. Second shot opportunity, and the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Fareed.
Shape up. Shape up.
2 points, Fairview.
Ginobili kicks to Aldridge.
That's the ball.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
At the line for 2.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
Looking at the game Aldridge has been having, he's got 12 rebounds, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Here's Gallinari. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Nuggets lead by 18.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Aldridge a screen. Parker dishes to Ginobili. They set the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Let's go. San Antonio again missing. Denver leading by 18. Here's Barton, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Second personal foul. Shooting for Denver.
That free throw good from Barton.
Taking 2 shots.
And he can't hit the second.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Leonard the pass to Duncan. Outside Leonard. Back to Duncan. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 3rd assist on the night. Nuggets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And it's Freak missing.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Ginobili gets a wide open look. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And here's Gallinari outside.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Feeds to Parker. The dish now to Leonard. Shot from 12. And it's Jokic with the rebound. To the paint. And Gallinari kicks to Freak. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting. Spurs trail by 19. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Leonard kicks to Duncan. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Denver.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Freak. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. All sorts of time, and another basket for San Antonio.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
Fareed, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Nuggets lead by 17. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Mills dishes to Diaw. Green kicks to Diaw. From 10 feet out, Mills, that's a two-pointer. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here's Freak. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He came out of the locker room at halftime and was immediately on fire. That third quarter was his, and he did not hesitate to exert his will.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
Well, his shooting percentage up there in the high 50s speaks to how smart his shot selection was. It was really an intelligent game he played, plain and simple. It's all about protecting each possession, and he set the example for them with his excellent decision-making.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on it.
Wow, an offensive explosion tonight, huh?
Hey, call it whatever you want. As long as you make it clear that I was king out there tonight. I just took over the game on the offensive end. Like you all know I could do. And the results speak for themselves.
You certainly had a good defensive game. Don't you wish your teammates would help out a little more on that end?
Maybe sometimes, if I'm being honest. It can be frustrating when a teammate gets beaten, I gotta help out. Hey, but I'm the big dog, and that's what I'm getting paid to do in the story.
You went through a lot last year as you got acclimated to being in the NBA. And then you went through a tough time in the offseason with the death of your childhood friend, Victor. Can you explain your mindset to us as you try to move forward this season?
You're right. It's definitely been a challenging year. My rookie season, it all seems like a blur now. And losing Vic, that was one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with in my life. But I'm here now, in a great situation for me to grow my game. And my focus on the game of basketball. 100%, 10 times 10. And I'm gonna do whatever I can to bring this team a championship. But that's all I got. Thank you.
We show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn PC and 2K active. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on Road to the Finals. Vote on your most laughable season and give you a chance to earn BC TV Interactive. Ready for some fun?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Looking at the Nuggets, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. They got caught flat-footed, lost a game they felt should have been theirs. Looking to turn the page here. And guys, we'll get to see Freak play in this one. He was one of the bigger names in college, jumped to the NBA after 1 year. Shaq, you left early as well. How hard of a decision was it to leave school?
Well, it's never an easy decision. Each person has different reasons why they want to leave. Financial responsibility, just getting tired. In my case, the Hack of Shaq was created. I was getting beat up too much, and I heard my main man, Dick Vitale, say if Shaq leaves, he'll be the #1 pick. So I didn't want to go back, get hurt, and possibly drop.
Yeah, because you could have been #2 if you stayed a year, I'll tell you. But, this guy, Freak, because if you would have played in that era with Freak, I don't know, Shaq. This guy, he left school early, but he is something unique, different. But I thought bringing his skills to the NBA was big because that helps refine your game a little bit. He's ready. This guy was ready, Shaq.
I have an announcement. You know why he plays so well?
Why?
I'm his father.
Dun, 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 dun.
Love you, son. Congratulations.
That's one of the warmest and fuzziest stories I've heard all season long.
Way to keep up with him his whole life.
I've been working.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan. They're ready for the tip. I've been working.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off that loss to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, and the foul trouble coming down the stretch. You know, they didn't have the guys on the floor you'd like to have out there, nor could they be as aggressive on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and because of the foul trouble, they really didn't want to incur more foul trouble, so they backed off and became passive, and that's no way to play defense.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. We've got Robin Lopez. Calderon is out there with a Flalo. Then it's Anthony, and it's Porzingis in at the 4. Calderon for 3, and it's Jokic with the rebound. Martin in the corner, fires the 3. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Nice make for him as they get the scoring started.
Yeah, he gets it going, and who knows now, you know, it might be a really big night in store for him.
A Flalo, that's good.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella?
Freak with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
That one drops. He ties it up.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. Freak, third.
You know, nobody said this guy couldn't miss last season, and because he was such a good percentage shooter, one of the best in the league, his teammates always were looking for him.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Here's a look at some stats for Gallinari, how he performed last season. Averaged 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
To the inside. And stolen by Roten. And here we go. Fast break. Roten's got it. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist from Roten. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for New York.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
The Nuggets have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. And the first one drops. Gary Harris is checked in for the Nuggets.
Too easy, too easy.
And both free throws good from Freak. The Knicks with the lead. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Kurt Rambis. He remained upbeat about their performance this season, even though it hasn't put them with the elite teams in the NBA. He said, the effort's been there, we just haven't yet gotten the results we've been hoping for. Maybe we'll see the start of something tonight. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris.
Rebounding's going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Now Roten, playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. On the wing, Williams. That's to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Here's Rivers. O'Quinn, the pass to Williams. And the pass to Porzingis. Back to Williams. He kicks it to Rivers. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now here's Freak. He has 7. Chandler kicks to Freak. Inside, Gallinari. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Roten with it, guarded by Harris. Roten dishes to O'Quinn. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Harris. He feeds it to Freak. Left side, Chandler. Off the screen. It's rebounded by New York and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their 2 meetings.
And even though one side played postseason basketball and the other stayed at home, you wouldn't have known it in their matchups.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Gallinari.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
To the inside. Here's Rivers, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Rivers hits both of them. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Freak kicks to Arthur. Out to Chandler. Wide open. And again, it's Denver.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Rivers. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. And here is Roten. Down low. Here's O'Quinn. The shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 3. Now here's Freak. He's got 7. Top of the key jumper, no good.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Here's Porzingis. Got a piece of it. Kicks it to Freak. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Williams, a screen on Harris. Roten, the pass to Williams. Chandler with the steal. Now here's Arthur. He's guarded closely. Puts it up from 17. And another. Once again, shot good from Freak. Freak's got 11 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
This touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
It's rebounded by New York. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Fareed is checked in, so he gets them both. 30 seconds left in the first. And the officials call a traveling violation. Knicks trail by 5. Roten with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. One second left. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear.
Your Nuggets dancers!
And the second quarter getting underway. No team. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And then for New York, Porzingis, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Rivers in for Jose Calderon. Freak in at point guard. Laverne is out there with Arthur. Then there's Harris. And it's Chandler in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Chandler against Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Porzingis. And he goes in for the dunk.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Freak kicks to Laverne. Dishes it to Freak. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And the shot is good. Laverne's got his second basket.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Williams with the ball. Now Chandler defending. The shot by Williams no good.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Shots good by Anthony.
What do you do with that guy? With his handles, he abuses defenders.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Rivers. Here's Freak. Rebounded by Anthony. The Knicks have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. That is good. Roten's got the lead up to 3 now for the Knicks.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
On the wing, Chandler. Passes to Freak. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Feeds it to Laverne. He dishes it to Freak. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. New York leading by 3. Over in the corner, Williams expanding his range. Rebound by the Nuggets. Laverne's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Chandler dishes to Freak. And the 3 off target. Knicks shooting 53% in the second quarter. Good ball movement, yielding good looks. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Grizzlies, boy, was he tremendous. He ended with 25 points and was just on point from deep, sinking what seemed to be an endless stream of threes. This game of his was just a standout, all-around display of basketball. Coaches love to see that, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hits file. No doubt about it.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Freak. 15 points, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him.
Yeah, they are. It's been a nice element of his game today.
The shot by Anthony, no good. The Nuggets trail. And here they go. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Here's Rivers. Nice D from Chandler. Denver's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Now the dish to Freak. And again, it's Denver. And it's the Knicks with the ball. It's a 3-point game. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Here's the screen. Outside Williams from downtown. No good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. To the paint. Here's Chandler. There's the feed to Arthur. Pass to Harris. Chandler against Anthony. And Chandler, here we go. Now the pass to Freak. In for his 7th make in 13 tries.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Kicks to Rivers. Shot to stop the run. And Derek Williams is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Roten, the pass to Rivers.
In the first quarter, very aggressive, really focused and intense, and generated some nice opportunities.
The Knicks have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And the second free throw, good. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Freak. Rebound by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Now Rivers. Got it off in time, but it's no good. In the first half.
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the bench during this first half. What did...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Austin Rivers in for Jose Calderon. And New York, looking at who they've got. Austin Rivers is out there with Tony Roten. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Williams. And it's O'Quinn in at the center position. Harris kicks to Laverne. Chandler with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. Second, the Knicks.
Just a gifted passing team. They play the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish and fluid offensively.
The Nuggets leading by 8. Harris kicks to Freak. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Freak. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
Here's Anthony. And here's Rivers. Off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Now here's Williams. He's got 8. Here's O'Quinn. Good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. Freak kicks to Arthur. Chandler outside. He feeds it to Freak. High post shot. No good off the front iron. Knicks trail by 8. Here's Rivers. And that one is hammered home.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Denver.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Freak.
Check out the game for Rivers. He's got 10 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Nuggets leading by 7. Freak with it. 22 points for him. Chandler dishes to Laverne. Count that one. Laverne's got 6.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Now Rivers. In the corner, it's Roten. He tries for 3. That's good.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting. And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Anthony kicks to Rivers. 5 on the clock. Arthur grabs the board.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Chandler, the pass to Freak. On the wing, Harris. He's covered by Roten. Chandler attacking, 11 feet away. The Knicks pull it in. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Denver ball. Nuggets call timeout. Your Nuggets dancers. Your Nuggets dancers.
1:53 left in the third quarter. Inside. Out to Chandler. Freak sets a screen for Chandler. There's the pick. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Chandler's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets. Rivers dishes to Roten. Chandler against Anthony. Rivers. Nice D from Freak.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Chandler kicks to Laverne. And a wide open look for Freak. The three-pointer is right on target. Freak's got 8 points in the quarter.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
And here's Anthony for 3. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Oh, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. First in shooting percentage. First in opponent shooting percentage. And they were number 2 in overall offense. This team has a lot of firepower, and they play a high-octane, up-tempo game.
And looking at their field goal percentage, really, it was something to behold. A team that didn't settle, worked for high-quality shots. A significant accomplishment to lead the league in that category.
To the middle. To end the drought. Williams can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 15. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. That's good. Harris has got his second basket of the game.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
Nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got...
Now on the court, your Mario Nuggets dancers. Let them hear it.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the... Checked in for Moutier. Derek Williams, he checked in for New York. Roten comes in for Jose Calderon. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Will Barton is out there with Freak. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And stolen by Williams. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Anthony. Pass to Roten. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Porzingis, he's checked in for New York. To the inside, Anthony, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Denver.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had them on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at them.
The whole knockout bluff and the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Barton passes to Freak, out left to the wing. Here's Arthur, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Here's Rivers. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well,
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Freak. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in control.
His play off the bench was critical in getting them back into the win column. Their last game didn't go as well for them, but he helped them get on track. He provided a spark, he had energy, toughness, everything you need to get that momentum going.
He was doing some serious battling with the bigs down low. He's not afraid to go hard to the rack wherever he had the chance. He doesn't care about their size. He's going in there, and he's going in there often. I think he caught him off guard with that aggressive behavior.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith,
behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. update you on road to the finals, vote on your most laughable plays of the season, and give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals, vote on your most laughable plays of the season, and give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals, This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed.